Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News Update. It's hoped Hunter public sector workers will soon receive pay rises above the wage cap. The state government has announced it will end the public sector cap by September. Labor has been under pressure to move faster on its election promise, but 100 days in, it's now confirmed the move. Treasurer Daniel Mookie says they now have the measures in place to be able to afford bigger pay rises for frontline workers.
We've frozen politician pay. Secondly, we've frozen the pay of the entire senior executive service. Those two things alone is roughly $400 million. In addition to that, we're cutting down on consultants.
Newcastle police suspect an early morning bushfire at Merriweather Heights was deliberately lit. Firefighters from Merriweather Fire Station were called to an area of bush alight on Gun Club Road just before 6 yesterday morning. They took about an hour to extinguish the blaze. Newcastle police are appealing for witnesses or anyone with dashcam footage to come forward. The state government is set to start work on repairing the public housing system. The move comes as maintenance concerns and affordability concerns have been raised across Charlestown. Charlestown MP Jodie Harrison says supply of private and public housing needs to improve.
To ensure that people who can't afford private rentals at all can access safe and secure housing, and also working people like nurses and police and teachers can afford to live near where they work, which is so often not the case at the moment.
Renowned surgeon and Newcastle University professor Dr. Kelvin Kong has been named the 2023 National NAIDOC Person of the Year. As an ear, nose and throat specialist, Dr. Kong, who's a proud Warramia man, has dedicated much of his work to addressing hearing loss in young Indigenous children, which he says is often at chronic levels, especially in remote communities. Dr. Kong hopes to use his award as a platform to speak about ear disease in Australian children. House prices in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie are continuing their upward trend, with a lack of stock driving the increase. New data out today from CoreLogic shows the two LGAs have seen their fourth consecutive monthly rise through June of 1.3%. The median house price in Newcastle and Lake Macquarie now sits at $850,345. House prices in the Hunter Valley recorded a slight drop in June of 0.1%, with the median price standing at just over $689,000. HSC students in the region are being offered a helping hand in the lead-up to trial exams. Headspace Newcastle will host a series of workshops throughout the month for students struggling with exam stress and school pressures. Community Development Officer Byron Williams says students struggling should know they're not alone.
The more the merrier. I think one of the strengths of a program like this is recognising that we're all in the same boat. You know, there's a lot of young people who are going through stress. I think that, if you see another young person who's going through the same situation, you feel a little bit better about it.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Adam O'Brien has held on to his job for now after his side mounted a 66-0 dredging of the Bulldogs. Jackson Hastings and Phoenix Crosland both took out doubles, while centre Bradman Best claimed his first NRL hat-trick. Coach Adam O'Brien says Best had a productive pre-season.
Went through a period there where he copped a bit of flack for going to Bali and building a refugee place. So didn't let him, he's a young bloke, didn't let it bother him and cracked on with things, so I'm really happy for him.
Meanwhile, in Newcastle Rugby League, Northern Hawks are anxiously awaiting the Match Review Committee's decision on Scott Briggs' send-off in their 48-12 loss to Cessnock. And the Newcastle Falcons women's basketball side look to be on the road to the finals, edging out 2 wins in their weekend doubleheader, defeating Sydney Comets 71-50 before a narrow 77-74 victory over Norths. That's sport. I'm Jordan Regnis.
And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 6, 7, 19, 21, 26 and 38, and the supplementaries are 13 and 36. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.